All right, 2024 schedule for the Eagles has come out, and honestly, it's not the worst, but I'm not a fan of it. Week 1, we're starting off in Brazil against the Packers, Friday, September 6th, 8:15 p.m. There's a Peacock exclusive game. Even though it's technically a home game for the Eagles, it's going to feel more like a road game with how many Packers fans are in Brazil. That plus the fact that Jordan Love is a young emerging quarterback who I think is the best in the NFC is going to lead me to believe that the Eagles will unfortunately take the L against the Packers. Falcons. Kirk Cousins is good, but primetime Kirk Cousins against the Eagles in week 2 the last 2 years worked out pretty well for the Eagles. So I see the Eagles bouncing back and getting the win here. Falcons, while they made improvements in the offseason, getting rid of Arthur Smith, I'm not impressed by their new head coach. Not impressed by Raheem Morris. I don't think he's going to turn a team around, and I see the Falcons being a possible wild card team, but there's no way the Falcons are winning the division. Against the Saints, again, I see this being a win, even though it's on the road. It was September 22nd at 1 p.m. against the Bucks, September 29th at 1 p.m. I actually see the Eagles taking the L here. I think Baker Mayfield is an emerging franchise quarterback. He actually had some success in Cleveland to a degree, not a ton of success, but he had some success in Cleveland. They had a number last year, and I mean, even though we have better coordinators, and even though I think Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield, they have Mike Evans now, and obviously the Eagles are stacked too with AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, but the Buccaneers were almost able to upset the Lions in the divisional round and make it to the NFC Championship game. And Todd Bowles, he's improved as a coach. There were times where people were really calling for Bowles to be fired when they were 4-7, and they just had an embarrassing loss to the Houston Texans and other embarrassing losses. He turned it around and took them to the divisional round, and now everyone wants him to stay. Whereas the Saints, they kept Dennis Allen, which was probably a mistake. Um, Now, week 5, you have the bye, which I think is a really bad bye for the Eagles. It's way too early to have their bye. Week 6 against the Browns, October 13th at 1 o'clock. I don't know how good Deshaun's going to be because Joe Flacco kind of outshined him. And I don't see the Browns being as good this year because they're not a consistently good team. So I see the Eagles winning here. Against the Giants at MetLife, with terrible quarterbacks. I mean, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Tommy DeVito are not good, though I really should not say that about Drew Lock, considering that he beat the Eagles Week 15 last year. In any case, though, I still think that with the Giants having a terrible quarterback situation and them having a horrible first round in the draft, um, I think that the Eagles will get the win here, Week 7 against the Giants, um, and put themselves at a 4-2 record. Bengals with a healthy Joe Burrow, I see the Eagles taking the L here. But a win against the Jaguars on Sunday Night Football in front of their own fans. Keep in mind the Bengals game is also in Cincinnati, so it doesn't help. Week 10, they're playing the Dallas Cowboys on a 4:25 game. I assume this will be the national slot. I see the Eagles losing this game because of the AT&T Stadium, but beating the Commanders at home on Thursday Night Football to put themselves up at a 6-4 record. Against the Rams, I see them taking the L here. Carolina's schedule actually, to a degree, affects the early prediction. I only predicted the Eagles to be 12-5. That probably is going to lower a little bit for my expectations. Um, because the Rams, again, like the rebuild's over. They went 7-1 to end the year, and they went toe to toe with the Lions. Yeah, I see the Eagles taking the L here and taking the L against the Ravens because I think they're going to be one of the most stacked teams in football. However, I do see them easily beating the Panthers in front of their home fans December 8th. I don't think the Panthers will be any good. They should beat the Steelers because Pittsburgh, I think, is going to you know, it's at home. Pittsburgh, they're consistently at 500 team, and I don't see them going in a positive direction. Plus, Russell Wilson isn't a good quarterback, and I don't think Fields could get it done either. Week 16 against the Washington Commanders. It's in Washington. I see the Commanders being good this year. So I'm actually going to think with how good Jane Daniels is going to be. I actually will see the Eagles taking the L here, but beating the Cowboys in front of their home fans, December 29th at 4:25 p.m. Beating the Giants in Philadelphia, I think the Eagles will go 10-7. I think 10-7 is going to be the Eagles' record. It's lower than what I expected, to be fair. Um, Seeing the schedule visualized like this does, really make me think. I think the Eagles are going to be a team that, um, regressed from what its Super Bowl form, but will still be obviously a lot better than what it was at the end of last year. Um, in case you're wondering, for the Commanders 2024 schedule, because I have a lot more optimism for the Commanders than I probably should. Commanders. Wait, this is the Cleveland Browns. Okay, here's the Commanders schedule, because I actually see this. I personally see the Commanders being a better team, and I'm starting to get worried for the division because I think the Cowboys won't do so good. Not too worried about them plus the division coach, but I do actually want to see how this plays out. So I have the Commanders splitting with the Eagles. So we already have that. Where's the other Eagle? There. Okay, so they're starting off against the Buccaneers. This isn't telling you over Tomo. They're starting on a road against the Buccaneers again. Baker Mayfield, potential franchise quarterback. I see the Commanders taking the L here. They'll beat the Giants. They'll lose to the Bengals. They'll beat the Cardinals. Lose to the Browns. Lose to the Ravens. Beat the Panthers. Beat the Bears. That would be 4-4. Sweep the Giants. I think Jane Daniels is good enough that he's gonna beat the Steelers, especially at home. So that's 6-4. That was the Eagles game. I had them losing, so they'll be 6-5. I think that they will beat the Cowboys at home and go 7-5. I see them beating the Titans to go 8-5. Then they have a late bye, week 14. 8-4, 9-4 with a win over the Saints, 10-4 with a win over the Eagles. Beat the Falcons and wait, it'll be 11-5, I think. And then Cowboys, I think they'll take the L that game on the road. I think the Commanders will be about like 11-6. And now we're gonna look at the NFL primetime games 2024, and I'll assess whether or not I think they're going to be good. Um, I can't find where they. Okay, I think here they are. So for Thursday Night Football, we have the NFL kickoff, Ravens at Chiefs, an AFC Championship rematch. I think this is going to be a good Sunday Night Football game. Bills Dolphins. I think this is going to be a good Sunday Night Football game. Because actually, no, I don't. The Bills are going to be so trash. Josh Allen is not a good quarterback. He throws too many turnovers. They don't have Stephon Diggs. They have MBS now. This is not going to be a good game. The Dolphins are going to easily win that division. But I'll get to that later. Patriots Jets, that's going to be a bad game. I think Cowboys Giants is going to be another Cowboys blowout. Bucks Falcons, that could be an interesting game actually. Bucks Falcons, I think, is going to be an interesting game. I think that the Bucks are going to run away with the division, but the Falcons could put up a fight. Niners Seahawks, that's going to be a bad game. Broncos Saints will be probably a bad game. Vikings Rams, probably not great. Commanders Eagles, that's gonna be two pretty good teams. I think I see the Commanders and the Eagles both being good. Steelers Browns, that'll be a good AFC North rivalry, and I think both teams are about equal in talent, so that'll be good. Packers Lions, that's gonna be a good matchup. Two teams that really gonna battle it out for the NFC North, though it's wide open. Rams Niners, that could be a good one with the Rams having all the momentum and the Niners being the Niners. Browns Bengals, that'll probably be a Bengals blowout. Seahawks Bears, not too impressed. Sunday football Rams Lions, that'll be a good one. Bears Texans with Caleb Williams, that could absolutely be a good one. Bills Ravens, that'll suck. Bengals Giants will suck. Jets Steelers will suck. Cowboys Niners could be good or it could suck. Jaguars Eagles will be a good one. Lions Texans is a good one. Colts Jets, probably bad one. Eagles Rams, probably a good one. Niners Bills, probably no, that's gonna be a bad one. Packers Seahawks, that'll be good, and Browns Dolphins, I think, will also be a good one. Monday Night Football, I think Jets Niners, that could be interesting. Falcons Eagles, no. Jags Bills, no. Titans Dolphins, possibly. Saints Chiefs, no. Jets Bills, maybe. Ravens Bucks, maybe. Giants Steelers, absolutely not. Dolphins Rams, that'll be a good one. Texans Cowboys could be a good one. Browns Broncos could be a good one. Falcons Raiders, maybe. Lions Niners, that'll be a good one. An NFC Championship rematch.